Hey y'all, it's your girl. Yo, come on in, come on in. Sorry I'm late, guys. I had to get my little pooches situated because they wanted that mama. They wanted that mama, and it's their bedtime, so they kind of cranky. Listen, I know y'all saying, "Damn, why is Yo on here so late?" And I'm saying the same thing. Well, I get in where I fit in. Let's just put it like that. Y'all, come on in here. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. I'm gonna wait till some of y'all get in here. I'm gonna just take my time and wait till y'all come on in here. I got time today. Well, this afternoon I got time. I set it aside just so I can talk to y'all. Hey, whoever that's peeping from the bush is, come on in here. Come on in here. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time this afternoon. I am going to talk to y'all some real shit. I'm gonna talk about some real stuff, right? So come on in here. We're gonna talk about some real stuff. Okay, no more hey, Miss Lethal, how you doing? Nice to see you. Listen, I first of all, I know it's been a while since I've been on this jigamabob here. Listen, I've been busy. I've been making some things move. Come on in, come on in. Y'all come on in and have a seat. Have a seat, have a seat. Yes, we're gonna have a good time this afternoon. I want to talk to y'all. I want to have some real conversation with y'all, right? First, I want to start off saying this. Okay, Happy Mother's Day to you too. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that's something I want to talk about too. I want to talk about some of these. I want to talk about life givers. I want to talk about these life givers. Y'all come on in here. Y'all come on in here. I can't wait to get started because some of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be kind of deep and it might go over some of y'all's head, but that's okay. That's okay. You can always rewind. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell y'all something. Have you ever felt like um you dumb yourself down for people? Not to say that you're the smartest cookie, like you the smartest person in the world and all this kind of stuff. But I find myself dumbing myself down to a lot of people, right? Because sometimes I feel like if I told them some of the things that I know, it'll run them damn it crazy. And then it reminds me of my father. My father used to tell me, because I was always that why girl, why? You know, and I would not rest until they gave me an answer that made sense to me, that resonated with my spirit and my soul, right? You just couldn't tell me no bullshit. Not just because you say so. Well, you say so, why? You know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure. Oh, thank you, baby. It's a pleasure to have you here. You just don't know. But we're going to talk about why you here. We're going to talk about why you people come over here and why we are here together. I'm going to get into all of that. That's why I want to start off by saying, um, sometimes I felt, I know I've been dumbing myself down for people. And so I've been going through some things, right, y'all? And everything is beautiful in its own way. And when I say I'm going through some things, every time you go through something, it don't necessarily mean it's a crisis. When you go through something, it's time for you to step back and pay attention to what you're going through, right? Because it's a lesson in what you're going through, regardless of how rough that lesson is. It's still a lesson for you, right? But a lot of times we overlook the lesson and we worry about the problem, you know, or the situation that we in. We never ask ourselves, why am I going through this? Why me? What did I do to deserve this? We say all these things like this, right? So we're gonna get into all of that kind of stuff. And I want to start off by talking about life givers. And I'm gonna tell you what a life giver is. Hey, Northern born, Southern raised. Oh, I love that name. Good evening, your thoughts and Miss Lisa. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. Yeah. Okay, so listen, let's start off by these life givers. Let's talk about what a life giver is, right? And who's a life giver. It's gonna surprise you. Okay, so just because you don't have any children, mama or daddy, it doesn't mean you're not a life giver because each and every one of us are life givers. Hey, Lifetime with Tashana, I'm glad you're here, baby. I hope all is well with you, sweetheart. And yeah, I'm glad you are here. Let's talk about life givers. And her name is Life with Tashana. Oh, I love that. So listen, think about life givers. Okay, we think about moms and dads, procreating, having children and stuff like that, having sex, intercourse, and come up with this baby. And they are life givers. We look at them as life givers, which they are. But there's a whole lot of things around you that give life, right? First of all, Think about a plant. And y'all know I'm a garden girl and I love the outdoors and I study nature. I know all about nature and still learning because you never know everything about it. I'm just saying I'm well versed when it comes to nature. But in nature, it's always giving life. And nature gives life to you. So if you look at a blade of grass, just one single blade of grass, that's a life giver. If you look at the trees and you look at a leaf on a tree, that's life giver. Why? It helps your lungs. The trees help your lungs. Everything around you is a life giver, right? So how do we destroy that? We destroy life givers around us by the words that we use and the spells that we put on them. You people that's out here in this YouTube thing and in this world right here, you do a lot of killing in a whole lot of ways with your mouth, your words, with your actions. You do a lot of killing, but what you're doing is killing yourself. And I'm gonna explain all that to you. Hey, baby, how you doing, Shalaya? Yeah, that's me. Right. Okay, so let me tell you how we do that. Let me tell you how this works. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna start off saying this. Why am I coming to you this afternoon? It's because I was in a deep meditation. Yeah, I do that all the time. I do that daily. I do it sometimes several times a day, depending on how I'm feeling and whether I need to raise my vibration, whether I feel negative energy around me. Whatever I'm feeling or the mood that I'm in, and I've been vibing some kind of high, y'all, so high I can't even stand it. And I had a conversation with my mother and I said, Mama, I said, I don't know why I know so much stuff and I'm so sick and tired of knowing stuff that I ain't even supposed to know about people, things, and life and all of this. Why me? My mother said, why not you? Why not you? I said, because people don't understand me. People are scared of me. Let me tell you the things about my life and things about me and how people perceive me to be. Most people don't understand me. They feel like I'm unapproachable, right? And which I am, that's what they think, but I'm not. But I am moody. I do have my moods, whether so sometimes I'll be a recluse. I close myself off to even my family, my son, my daughter, my husband. I don't feel like I have to retreat. I feel like I have to go into my space. And I don't want to be bothered. It's no offense to them. I love them and everything. I make sure they have everything that they need so I would not be disturbed. I have moments like that. Well, I was like that ever since I was a child. As a child, I had two brothers. My oldest brother's passed away now. Y'all probably know the story. And I have another brother, baby brother, and a sister, right? And our family used to be the people in the neighborhood used to always come to our house, the children and all that stuff, playing and all that stuff. And I wasn't about that all the time. It was like, yeah, hey, how y'all doing? Everybody he, kiki. And I'd be like, okay, enough of that. And I go away. Which was my away was either going to the park by myself, right? My father used to hate it because he didn't want me to be alone, you know what I'm saying? Or I would retreat to the roof of our house, right? I would go outside of my bedroom window, lift the big long window up, curtains blowing summertime, winter, I don't care what time of year it is, raise that big window up and step out on the roof. And while I'm up on the roof, I'm by myself, alone with my thoughts. I've always been like that. I don't like nobody crowding my space where I can't think or where I can't understand. I can't hear what I have to say to myself, what my spirit has to say to me, or that's my peace. That's my peace and quiet. That's my space. And I think everybody should have a sacred space for themselves where they can sit down and understand what's going on with them, with life around them, right? And all those why questions you'll get answers to and I've always received answers to. So in this conversation with my mom, I said, Mom, I just feel like a lot of times I have to dumb myself down to people that I'm that I'm talking to. I can't tell them stuff that I really want to tell them when they saying something to me or when we're having a conversation. I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, and knowing all the time what the answer is, but I want them to know I want them to find the answer to themselves for themselves, right? Because What I want y'all to know is, yeah, this is, I gotta tell you, I gotta tell the truth. I gotta tell the truth today. So my mom said, my mama said, well, how long you gonna wait to tell the truth? How long you gonna, how long you gonna stop? Because my birthday is in August. I'll be 63 years old. And I've been doing this all my life, not to have friends or to fit in with people, because I could care less what people think about me. It's just that I just feel like I've been holding a lot of stuff in without talking to people on a real level, on a real deep level. So that's why I'm coming to y'all. And I'm gonna talk to y'all about life givers. Since Mother's Day is coming up, everybody is praising everybody for Mother's Day. I'm gonna put a video out here that I made maybe a couple of Mother's Days ago and let y'all understand how Mother's Day came to pass and all this stuff and how they upped it and what happened with this Mother's Day thing, right? But what I want to say is, when you just praise the mothers and forget about the fathers, you're messing up, because mothers can't have nothing without the father. So not only is the mother a life giver, but she would not be a life giver without the daddy. You understand? So and I know they have Father's Day too, and they have Mother's Day, they separated the two. But we are all life givers, and everything around us are life givers. Going back to the plants, when I go back to the plants, when you eat the plants are giving you life, right? That's life giver. When you breathe this air, even the moisture in the air, that's giving life. That's a life giver. The animals that you have, my dogs, they give me life. Why? Because I don't even have to talk to them. They know what mood I am in. They know whether I want them to pet me or to snuggle or just to sit, just to be. Just like in meditation, when you're sitting still and you're quiet, you're just being with no noise, and you have the animals beside you. They understand that. I don't want to be bothered. I'm glad that you're here. I just want to be, right? Left alone to my thoughts. They are life givers. When people pass away, animals know it, excuse me, and they'll come and they'll nurture you, they'll cuddle you. They know something is going on because they pick up on your vibration and your moods. They're life givers, because they say you got those dogs that walk around. What they call those dogs that they have like certificates. You have to take them. You can take them in the stores and all that stuff like that for people that have special needs or some type of disability and things like that. They are life givers to that person. They can detect seizures. If somebody gonna have a seizure or something, that's a lifesaver, which is also a life giver. The flies, the nets. I can go on and on about life givers. So why is it that we are praising just mom and a dad as being life givers, or giving them those special days once a year, when we have so many things, if you look at it, that give life? That don't make sense to me. It tells me the only reason why we praise those special days for the Mother Day and the Father's Day is because that is profitable for those people, right? So we're going to negate the fact that the bumblebees and everything else that nurtures our plants, or help feed our plants, to help our plants grow. Or we're gonna forget about all of that kind of stuff. There's no days for that. It's only for that. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's kind of crazy. But anyway, now, with that being said, yes, service dogs, Monique. Hey, Monique, thank you, baby. Thank you for coming in. Now, with that being said, let me talk about this. Let's talk about what gives life. What gives life? Everybody have different names of what they call what gives you life. Some people call it God. Some people say Jesus. Some people say the Most High. Different nationalities in different countries have different names for this thing. What I call it, I don't know, because I don't. Would you want me to call you by a name that's not yours? In other words, if your name is not Jesus and I call you Jesus, would you like for me to call you that? Then I want to know, who told you that? Who told you what God name was? Who told you what Jesus name is? Who told you that? Right? Wrong or right, I just want to know who told you that. I'm a kind of person that if you can't explain to me Where they came from? Well, I know where it came from. Well, who told that person? Then who told that person that? And who told that person that? They said, oh, it's generations, generations, generations. Well, who told? What is the source of? What is the source of it? You can study, study, study as much as you want to, but it's always somebody don't say it that that's the name of somebody. So what I say, what I call it is it's the source of all things. That's what I call it. Why? Because I know I did not get here by myself. If I did, I would remember it, right? Someone or something put me here on this earth. Who was it? Some of y'all say, well, it's Jesus, it's this, it's that. I don't know who did that. But what I do know, it is that it is because I'm here. I'm living proof that something did it. So for that reason, and for that reason alone, I am going to bow down to that. I'm going to respect that. Do you understand? Okay? And I know that's a part of my being. Now let's get back to this nature and all this stuff. When you look at the sun gives life. Am I right or am I wrong? The suns nurture everybody. And each and every one of us have a vibration. We are vibing on some type of level. We're all individually vibing, right? On some type of level. Even the animals, even the insects, we're all on some type of vibrational level. That's a fact. How do you know that's a fact, yo? We all have different moods. We do different things. Like animals, they do this different things at certain seasons. So at certain seasons, they're on a different type of vibration. They know they have to work. Like the squirrels, they know they have to get to gather the nuts and all of this stuff in the wintertime so they can have, I mean, the summertime so they can have it in the winter. All animals do all these different types of things. So we know we vibing, even human beings. We prepare for the winter in the summer. We do that. We're all vibing on something. We all know that this vibration, this atmosphere, this thing, this source has given us common sense to know that we need to prepare like Girl Scouts. We have instinctual things inside of us. So we know we all have a vibration. Getting back to the sun. The sun give me life. It give you life. It give the animals life. That's life. Imagine the sun being the source or that thing that everybody's calling different names, even though we know it's bigger than the sun because the source placed it there along with the moon and the stars and we know all of that stuff. We know about atmosphere. Hey, Mr. Keeman, thank you for coming, sis. So listen, we know about all of these things, right? We know about all of that. So I'm saying all of this to say this. If I took a mirror and I held it up to myself, I'm going to see myself in that mirror. But what I also know is, and what you should know is, if I held the same mirror up that I'm looking at myself in, and I turn it and put it in your face, don't you know that I can see me in you and you are in me? Why? Because we all came from that source. The Bible tells us these stories, these allegories, they tell us that we are all the same, and all this stuff like this, and that human beings are above the animals and all of that stuff. But I beg to differ. Why? It's because the same source that's in those animals or in insects are in us. That's why we should treat it as such. Why? Because they give us life and we give it life. They feed off us, we feed off of them. Why? How you say that, yo? Why? Because if I go to my garden, I know if I take some lettuce out there, some tomatoes, some cucumbers, I make me the nicest salad I want to make myself. And I eat that salad and I just eat it and I enjoy it and I relax myself. Either sometime that day or the next day, I'm going to have a bowel movement. That's going to be flushed down in the toilet, going through the sewer and all that goody up stuff, right? Then we know that all that stuff is going to be coming out and they're going to take it, turn it into wastewater. They have wastewater treatment plant. Some of y'all are going to say it's sterilized and we're going to be drinking it. right? Some of that sewage is going to go into the ground, right? Some of that sewer is going to be going into the ground and it'll be coming back into some dirt, potting soil. When the farmers and you get it and you plant your stuff, you putting that shit right back in the ground. Same thing if a person dies. So when you love die, they go in the ground. What happens? They're in the coffin, they're in the box, they're in all of that. But after a certain amount of time, what's going to happen is that body going to break down and insects is going to take over that whole body. All different types of organs and mechanisms are going to consume that body, right? But that same ground, water comes in. What I'm saying is nobody never dies. Life is recyclable. It's recyclable as long as you have that thing, that source, that energy, that I am thing in you. We are all a part of one another. And with all that being said, why do we tear each other down? Because when you turn down your brother and you turn down your sister, what you're simply doing is tearing down you, your likeness, because they are a part of you. We are all this one big ball. We are all this one. I'm talking about races, all different types of races and nationalities. We are all one big reflection of the great I am, the source, the God, whatever you call it. We are all that one thing. And so when I call you sis or bruh, and I say things like this in the chat, and I'm like, greetings, brother, hey, sister, I mean what I say because I know we are part of the same thing. We have different life journeys, but we are a part of the same source. Even though we vibe on different levels and all this stuff, your friend may not be my friend. Well, I might not get along with your friend. Let's speak about that. Why are you here on this YouTube in this particular sector on YouTube? Do you think it's by happenstance? Because I often ask myself this: how did I wind up in a space like this? Where people hollering and screaming and doxing each other and got bitches and whores and all these kind of names, and they just despise one another and jealous of each envy and jealous of one another, ready to tear each other down. Why did I, of all people, wind up here? Have y'all ever asked yourself that question? Even though I must say, some of the bullshit that y'all be doing, oh, I'll laugh. Oh, yeah. I'll think some of the shit is funny. I do, because I'm human. I'm human, and I can get caught up too, especially when I'm vibing low. I can laugh at some of the bullshit. And by the way, all y'all put flames in the chat for my boy 86K. That's a funny guy. I don't care what nobody said. The dude is funny. He makes me laugh. Put some flames in the chat for 86K. Why everybody try to tear everybody down? I don't get it. I really don't get that. Do what you do best and just do it. Stop worrying about Tom, Dick, or Harry. Don't, and if you don't like them, move away. If they're not vibing on your vibe, it's a whole big world. This YouTube is a great big old world right here. You understand what I'm saying? Is somebody gonna be vibing on your vibration all the time? And don't forget, you don't vibe on the same vibration. You don't have the same energy level every day. Why? Because each day you're reborn. When you lay your head down on your pillow at night and you sleep, I don't care how long you sleep. When you wake up, you're rejuvenated. Your cells, your body do this thing. It do a reset. Just like you reset your computer and your iPhones and all this stuff, and you have to charge that up and charge all these gadgets up. The same thing is true with your body. You are totally a brand new person. What does that mean? That means you have another new chance of treating people the way that they should be treated, not the way you want to treat them, right? And some of y'all walk through this life all the time and y'all look at people like they less than you. You go to the grocery store and you may see a cashier and you going through the line with your groceries and everything. Old cashier got attitude. Everything go beep and she just throwing your stuff. Beep, 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 just throwing your stuff right. And you in a good mood and all, and she doing all this. And then yeah, you got there, she don't got you having an attitude. She just having a bad day. Why can't she have a bad day? Let her go on and do what she doing. Let her go and do what she's doing. That's her problem. And keep on moving. So what I'm saying is everything shouldn't bother you. Everything shouldn't bother you because it's not about you. It's them going through something. Some of y'all might be on the telephone sometime and y'all got problems. Y'all got your bills. Everybody got bills. You might be on the telephone, you reach a customer service representative, right? You got this sweet old customer service representative that's just trying to do their job with a little 10 cents an hour. And they trying to do that job. You so frustrated with the company that done did you wrong that you take it out on the little customer service rep. That's somebody's baby that you all argue with and stuff like that on upset. It might be the first time on the job. Y'all don't give a damn. All you want to do is tell them about your problem. See, we got to do better than what we're doing, big, beautiful people. We really have to do better than what we're doing when we're treating each other the way that we're doing. Because don't forget, that's a reflection of who you are. Your brother and your sister, they have that same light that shines in you. It's in them. That same source that brought you here, brought them here to this planet at such a time as this. So why am I on YouTube? I'm never going to conform. I am never going to, you're never going to find me on here. I don't care who wants me to suck penises. I don't care who wants to call me a B or none of that. I am your thoughts. And I am going to stay who I am because I know who I am. See? And see, the people like that, they have to get up to this level. They have to get here. Like I said, I've been dumbing myself down all of my life, but nah, it's over. And it's time for you to know why I don't go off on people. Not that I can't. Oh my goodness, y'all. If y'all know me in 19, let's see. If y'all knew me around about, I want to say 1979, 1980. I was somebody you didn't want to meet at all because I could talk that talk right back to you. I could whip you so bad with this tongue. Oh my God. I could make you just want to cry with it, especially if you came for me. But see, when you know better, you do better. And as you get older, and when I say older, don't always mean age. Because just because you're older don't mean that you have the knowledge. You could be a young buck and get the knowledge. I look at my children and I see the progress in them and the maturity level in them, right? And so you can be a younger person and you can grow in the spirit. This is what I'm saying. And when I say grow into the spirit, I mean grow into your consciousness. What is consciousness? It's that big thing that created us all. It's that source. When you grow into that, and when you start growing into that and maturing on that level, everything else is small things. It's just really teeny tiny things. You understand what I'm saying? It's just small things. You dig? So I say all of that because I just want y'all to know. Listen, don't hate your brother and sister. And in the Bible, I told you, it's a whole lot of stories. They call them allegories. They are actual stories. And if you did an investigation, if you did any studies of all these things, you'll know how the Bible came about. You'll know all of these different things. And I could tell you a whole bunch of that, but I don't know. They might chop this channel down. But excuse me, but I can go from the nitty gritty from the beginning all the way to the end and let y'all know. Now, when I'm saying this about the Bible, don't get me wrong. There are life teachable lessons in there that are true. I'm talking about ways to live. I'm not saying that the characters are real. I'm saying the way they show you how to live. All of that is all going to the principle of this great big almighty thing, this almighty source that brought us here, that brought us on this earth. Yes. So do you say, yo, you're not a believer? Oh, people may say that. No, that would be stupid because I'm not stupid. I know I ain't get here by myself. I know there's something bigger than me. And you know why? Because it talks to me and it walks with me. It tells me to tell you things. You understand that? So I already know it's an all powerful thing. It even tells me how to move things the way I want them to go. And that's another thing I want to tell you guys. Don't you know that your thoughts are things? If you think on something long enough, I'm talking about anything in this world that you want. I'm talking about anything, material things, anything. If you think on things long enough, you can make it come to pass. That's another time for another video, and I can show y'all how to do that. You have to practice that. but it's easy to do it, especially if you know who you are. If you know that you're a life giver, then you can do it. You are a creator as well. Why? Why are you a creator? It's because the creator that created your fingers, your toes, your brain, your thing, it lives within you. It's the spirit of the God in you, which makes you a creator. The creator, the big source of light that's in each and every one of us, is a great big ball, or all of us together. That source is within every one of us. And you mean to tell me you can't do what the creator do, right? Just think about your mama and daddy that had you, baby. Mama and daddy had you. And here you go. Don't you think that you look a little bit like one of each one of them? Isn't half and half of that blood inside of you? Isn't some of that when you watch them as you grow up, don't you have some of that traits? Isn't that inside of you? Now, why wouldn't that be inside of you if God is in you, or that big creator source is in you? Why would that not be in you? You see, my name ain't your thoughts for no reason. I just want to get you to think, right? I want to get you to think, and I want you guys to know that you guys in this sector for a reason, right? Y'all are the people. People may say that this YouTube or this little sector that we in, they may say, "Oh, this is just YouTube." No, it's bigger than that because everybody you encounter is for a reason. It could be your guardian angel. It could be someone that you knew in your past life but don't even remember it in your present. You understand? You have to treat everybody with respect and kindness. You understand? If you can't, avoid them then, right? And then everybody that you encounter that may give you a good word, you could be walking down the street, going to work. You might not feel good that morning. You might not say, "Oh shit, it's Monday morning. I ain't feeling this shit." And somebody come to you and they'll walk past you and say, "Hey, how you doing today?" You be like, I'm all right. I ain't really feeling it." They were like, they may say something to you that may trigger you and say, "Well, damn, I ain't look at the day being like that." It may say to you something like, "Well, don't worry about it. It's only 8 hours in the day. You ain't got about 4 more hours left." That might give you a little pick me up or some shit like that, right? Somebody might say something nice to you to give you life. You did? So instead of talking death all the time and putting people down, try speaking life into other people and allow them to speak it up to you. Because don't forget now that mirror. When I take that mirror and I look at myself, I see your thoughts. I look long enough, I see more than your thoughts. If you take a mirror and put it in your face and you stare at that mirror and just look eyeball to eyeball in that mirror, just look at it for a few minutes. Don't blink, just stare in your eyeballs to eyeball. You can see something else. You know what you're going to see, don't you? You're going to see that spirit in you. You're going to see that God in you. Try it. Try it. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say that because I hear a lot of people talking all this stuff and saying all this stuff. So be careful about what you're saying to other people because what you're doing is if you wish death on somebody else, it will come back to you. Why? It's because it's a reflection. That person is a reflection of you, whether you like it or not. Whether it's a guy, say I'm a woman and I'm speaking to a guy and I'm cussing, I'm dressing the guy down, I'm ragging him out, I'm cussing him down to the core, to his bones, to the skeletal bones. I'm cussing him down to the bone. What am I doing when I actually do that? I'm reflecting it to myself. Why? Because that's my brother. He got light in him. He don't even know it. But I'm old enough and smart enough and matured in the spirit enough to know that that light that's in him, that same mom and daddy that done had the baby, it had all the other babies all over the world, in life, in this whole world, this big universe. It's the same. I hope that makes sense to y'all. I hope it makes sense. I hope it ain't too deep. It ain't go over somebody's head, you know? So you just be careful what you say. That's why the Bible tell you, like I said, there's truth in the Bible. There's life and death in the tongue. There's life in it and there's death in it. You can speak life into a person. You can speak death into a person. And who is that person? You can speak it to yourself because we're a reflection of one another. Now, going back to this YouTube. and this circle that we in, and this so-called sector that we in. Sure, we got subscribers, and we subscribe to other people. You know, everybody got different people or different places they watch. Like I watch some of the cooking shows, some of the DIY, you know, the DIY do it yourself channels. I watched animal channels. You know, I watch stuff like that, right? Um, so we go to these different places, but we're not communicating in the chat like that. Why not? Why do we feel so comfortable talking to each other in here? Like I know who Jenny is. I know who Cutting Edge is. People I don't talk to. I mean, you know, I know these people that we you know how we talk to. Oh, hey everybody that came in. I'm running my face. I know Lifetime. I'm actually talking to these people and I actually wish them well. And some of these people I know what's going on with them in their real life. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what's going on with them in our real life, and I really wish them well. Why don't we do that in the other people's? Like, you know how you go to your subscription list? You may have like 50 people that you subscribe to, and you'll go over there and check them out every now and then just to see what's going on over that way, you know, with the different channels that I just mentioned. But for some reason, you feel more comfortable over here. It's like a little family. Why? It's because we be vibing on the same vibration. We're connected in that way. You're feeding off of me, I'm feeding off of you. You know? Some days I don't feed off of you, Negroes, because sometimes y'all vibing a little bit too low for me, right? But then again, there's different content creators for different people. Like in other words, if I feel like the bullshit, I watch Damn D sometimes. You right? I'll be in the bushes. You know, if you it just and you'll laugh and shit is funny. I look at Garrett, I look at TJ, I look at Kwame. I go all these people in this sector. I check them out. I look at some bids, all of them, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is, it's because we're here for a reason. They do what they do, but I'm good in my lane at what I do. So you would never see me doing nothing that nobody else is doing in this sector, in this so-called sector that we're supposed to be in. You're not going to see your thoughts doing that. You know, not that I can't. It's just that that's not my lane. That's not where I am. That's not where I'm vibing. But do I go over there when I want to hear some bullshit? Oh, hell yeah. Do I laugh? Oh, hell to the yeah. This should be funny as hell. I surely do. And make no qualms about it. I most certainly do. Tip typing some more shit. Most of the time I be in the bushes. Cause what time is it now, y'all? Let me see what time I got over here on the East Coast. Shit, it's almost 10 o'clock. Don't you know by 11 o'clock I'm down there in La La Land? But at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up while half of y'all still sleeping. I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning every day and move all day long. No naps, none of that bullshit. I be making some things move, right? So yeah, I'm just saying. But yeah, I love listening to some of this stuff sometimes. I'm all into it. Then other times I'm on my roof. You did? I'm on my roof, downloading, recharging. You did? I think y'all understand where I'm going. Let me drop this link and see if anybody want to holler at old girl. I've been talking my ass off. Let me go ahead on with this. All right, let me invite you. Yeah, let me invite y'all. Y'all can come up here and holler at me if you want to. Yeah, if you got any questions, in the comments and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I think it was kind of fucked up that y'all did my boy 86K like that though, because I do like listening to my boy. That boy funny as fuck. I don't care what y'all say. Maybe that's why they took him out here. But that boy had your ass rolling. Yes, sir. Oh, what I supposed to do? Control V. Okay, let me see. Let me make sure I can remember this shit. You know, it's been a while since I've been on here. There you go. Yeah, I'll be laughing. TJ funny as hell too. TJ, you be tripping me out too. I gotta tell you that. Bye 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 bye. God Almighty, I almost got that burnt out. This should be funny as hell. Yeah. Oh, and as far as mixing and mingling, he got a point there. That mixing and mingling. Thanks for the fire signs for my boy 86K, y'all. Yeah, 86K gonna come on back here. He gonna come back. Yeah. Why y'all be mad at people? Hey, Lonnie, why y'all be mad at people and stuff like that? That's serious, right? That shit shouldn't be that deep, right? Especially if it's just YouTube. See, the reason why it's so deep and the reason why emotions are involved is because I told you what it was. That's that vibe. That's that whole thing when it comes to that source. That thing that God, that spirit that brought us all here and we all vibing, we having different vibrations. That's that thing right there. That's that thing. Because you see something that you wish you had that's in him. That's what it is. See? You see, in other words, they can never be another your thoughts. You understand? You can copy me, mimic me all you want to, but there'll never be a your thoughts like me. I'm one of a kind. And so are you. And so are you. That's what you have to understand. My fingerprint and my toes and thumbprint and all that, mm-mm, is one. That's me. Can't be none but me. You did? And that would make you special. That's what make you you. So don't get mad at the next man. Maybe the next man can give you some lessons or some pointers or some shit, and then you can just go ahead and craft what you have. Add your spill onto what you have, spin that in there and make it your own, right? You have to be an original you. Because if you're not, that shit'll show through. People can see that you're not true to who you are when you fake and you phone it. I can see it. I can see it all day long. And so can other people, right? Just be yourself. Simple as spitting on the ground. You're good enough. Why don't you think you're good enough to get what you want? Hmm? Why do you think you're the only one, the only person can have something in his life or be happy is the other person that you jealous of or that you hating on? That shit don't make no sense to me because I look at life like this. If it's something that I want, I don't give a damn what the other person want because I might not want that. You guys say another man's treasure is another man a junk. You see what I'm saying? I don't want nothing nobody else have. Cause what you eat don't make me shit. I don't like what you like. See what I'm saying? I like peace. I like quiet. I love my family. This is shit that bring me joy. So you might need to ask yourself this question. What brings you joy in this life at this time? What brings you joy? See? Because some of y'all might want to go out, like the Mother's Day tomorrow. Some of the women might want to dress up, go to the clubs and all that stuff like that, and just pop their fingers and have a good time and just get toe up. And the men keep the children while they go party. That what you like? That what you like? But I always wanted to be at home with my babies. I always wanted to be home with my family, just the ones, my babies, just around my family, or just snuggling my babies. They laying up on the chair. When they were small, they getting a little titty, getting a little breast. This is baby up underneath mama. They getting in the bed with me and stuff like that. We watching movies together. I just like to be around my family. That what brings me joy. My family. That brings me joy. My children and my husband, they and my animals, and my peace is my serenity. That brings me joy. And that's why if anything disturbs that, that's when there's a problem. That's when the hurricane come out in all your thoughts. They say I'm a Leo because I'm August the 7th, and that's a lion. And nothing that more than a lion does is protect her cubs and her little. And that's true about me. Other than that, I'm like this all the time. Even kill, you know. But that family, you get there, then how they said, Houston, we have a problem. I'm gonna drop this link one more time, y'all. We stop talking shit. Okay. I used to think that I was weird because I love being around my children. No, you're not, baby. Let me tell y'all. Let me tell you, Tashana. So last night, the dogs wanted to go outside, and for some reason, y'all, the temperature dropped down to the 40s. It was like 42, 43 degrees last night. This is around 1:30 in the morning. Here I am. I'm talking about I'm snugged up underneath the covers. I'm sleeping some kind of good. And one of my pooches, it was Suki. It's the smaller one of the twins. She was like, oh, oh. I was like, shut your nose up, Sue. And my husband, Alan, he didn't hear this shit. But she said, oh. And I sleep really light. I don't sleep. When I sleep, it's like 3 or 4 hours. It's the longest. And I hear everything. So she did a little whine and it was getting on my nerve. I was like, damn, she got to go outside. Damn it, man. And so I got up and I put on my bathrobe and everything. And her sister, and then Penny. It's three dogs I have. So we get ready to go outside. My daughter happened to still be up. She up there smoking her shit. She was still trying to unwind and relax from her whole day, right? And I could smell it. And she goes, Mom. He said, Mom, you going out? I was like, yeah, I'm going out with the dog. She said, hold on, I'm going with you, right? Because we had a dog in our yard. about a week or so ago. Well, it was two of them actually. I don't know how they got in the yard, but anyway, they got in the yard, and so she wanted to come out with me. So we go out there. She got her robe on, I got mine on and shit, and we standing out there, and they moving all around doing that little shit, trying to do our business. I was like, yo, come on in. I told my daughter, I said, damn, I'm about to freeze. I'm cold as shit, and I'm not that kind. I'm not a cold natured person. I like it cool. I have fans on all now. I don't like it. I like it cold. But I was just so cold, it's like cold to the bone. Let me show you what she did. So I came back in the room, got the dog settled and everything like that. And then my husband, he left out the room and went into his man cage because we like disturbing. I'm like, you got a damn nerve. All this shit we was doing, like, what y'all doing? I'm like, if it was a burglar, you would have never known it because he was counting some serious E's. I'm all irritated at him because he was comfortable and I had to go because he didn't want to move. But anyway, let me show you what she did. I came back in my room and my dogs got in our cage and everything, and they have blankets, and they snuggled back together, and they got in that little spot. And I got back in my bed, and I had all my covers on the bed. And let me show you what she got me, y'all. I'm gonna show you what she did. She said, she came in the room, and she know I'm not into Mother's Day gifts and all that kind of stuff. I don't like my children to spend money on me because I'm like, take your money, do what you need to do, but don't give me nothing because I'm good. But she came in here with this, and I opened it last night. Look, you see this? It's an electric blanket. It's an electric blanket, y'all. I'm gonna show you this is what she gave me last night. So look how considerate how my babies are. How you know? It was this damn thing right here, y'all. Look, this electric blanket, right? And look at the color. Man, I took this. I was like, and I was almost in tears. I was like, baby, would you do that? That was like out of the blue. And she was like, Mama, I don't want you to be cold. Here, like, well, you turn the heater. She was like, no, I got you something. I took this blanket and we got, and she gave me a nice little hug and stuff. And when I got in the bed, hubby won't dare nobody but me, that big ass bed. After they covered it like this, and she gave me a little kiss. Man, I slept long. I slept till almost, I didn't get up at 3. I got up at 6 o'clock the next morning. Instead of getting up at my normal time, I slept a little longer because I was tucked in with this blanket right here. Yeah, but I'm just saying, I love being around my children, my babies. You know, I love it. That makes me happy. Is to be around my family. I don't have to have no company and people coming over, sitting all on my shit, eating up all my food, drinking up all my shit around here, and people with their problems always dropping their issues, and that's confusion to me. Unless you're invited, stay over there. But and that's family in a damn body. And they know it. That's who I am, you know. But yeah. But anyway, what you said, let me read some comments, y'all. I'm just talking. Um, okay, let me read. It's like, right, okay. All right. Look, I'm gonna drop the link one more time, y'all, and I'm not gonna hold y'all on here. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna drop the link one more time to see if y'all want. Oh, hey, TJ, how you doing? Thanks for stopping through, baby. I see you up there. Yeah, put them flames in there for TJ too. You be have my ass laughing too. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all be cracking up. Y'all be doing some crazy shit. But it's all good though, because people sometimes push you to the edge. He said, what's that song? This song said, "Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm about to lose my mind." Some shit like that. That was an old song, right there. Some of y'all be like, "Look, nigga." And Garrett, he killed me with that damn accent he got. Let me tell you, boy, I be cracking up. That shit be funny as hell. Ooh, that be funny. I just be laughing. Okay, control V. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time, y'all. Then I'm gonna get off here though, because y'all, I'm gonna go exercise in the morning. Y'all, I've been turning them up too. I'm so hyped with that thing. I'm so hyped with that. I've been having me a good time up in there. And I've been doing my they put that little tracker on my phone to tell you how much you said, especially when they get mad. Yeah, when they get mad, every they be turning this shit. Boy, it be funny though. It do be funny. I think it be funny and shit. Yeah, they put this track on my phone, y'all. It's a fitness app, right? Look at the day, y'all. Look at my bad ass. Y'all can tell me nothing. I can see this. Can y'all see that? Look at that. Look how much y'all can see. Can y'all see how much I walk? Wait, where is that? Right here at the bottom or the top? Oh yeah, I did 12,214 steps today, which is 5.8 miles. I'm a bad girl for almost 63 years old. You young whippersnappers, y'all better make some shit move, because I don't be playing with them. And that's Saturday. And that ain't got nothing to do with the one I put on here the other day. I'm showing y'all what I'm doing and the progress. And they have the nerve to give me like They give me like a reward, child, when I make that goal. Cause y'all know y'all supposed to do 10,000 steps a day, right? You supposed to move your ass. Oh, and y'all, and Mama said, next week my mom is gonna come. She gonna be going with us next week. Yeah, cause she had to have some dental work, and so after she had that done, she says, she gonna be coming with us to the gym. So I'm gonna let y'all see Mama. Mama be getting down too now. Don't, and she 80, Mama 82 years old. She'll be 83 this June 6th coming up. So yeah, hell yeah. If y'all want to live, y'all better make your body move. Cause if you don't move, you will lose that joint. You better make something move. When I say that, I really mean that. Yeah. I want to show y'all something else. Hang on, let me see. I want to show you. I'm bragging because I can remember when I could run 5 miles and won't no problem. And as you get older, when you stop doing shit, it be like, damn. I'm like, I gotta keep challenging myself. And me and husband be there, right there, side by side. And he be trying to look at my treadmill. And he looking at that. And he was looking at, I'm like, let me peeping at my stuff. You better get your. So yeah, and it's healthy. It's healthy competition when you have a partner with you, right? Because we push kind of like push each other. Like one day he was like, I don't know if I feel like going this morning at 8. Maybe we go about 9 or something. I'll be like, 9? That's midnight. We need to go before everybody else getting up in there. All them germs flying. We can go in. And then this morning he was like, I need to go and get my tires rotated on the car, on a truck. He said he need to go get his tires rotated. I'm like, well, you can do that yourself. Why you gotta go and take that? You just don't want to go. I said, how about we do that when we come back from the gym? He was like, yeah. So we kind of like be high fiving each other and kind of like motivating each other, right? Because I'm telling y'all, I plan to be here for a while. I don't know about y'all. I plan to be here. Get that heart rate up and make something move and start growing your food and eating them and try to eat the right things. And you don't have to be perfect because y'all remember I told y'all it was night before last. I'm telling you, I sent baby girl to the store. How you have a taste for something for more than one day, like 2 or 3 days. I've been wanting some peanut butter cookies. The kind that we used to have at school. They used to have them round, big round peanut butter cookies with the what was it? Macadamia nuts used to be inside of them, and it'd be like two and one of those little wax paper things. That's what I grew up on in school, right? And I wanted I had the taste for something like that, and I was like, damn. And she went to the store, one of these little corner stores, and came back with this little thing in the packet. And I took a bite of that damn so it was real round. It had like icing in the middle. And I took a bite of that thing. I was like, and this is a bunch of bullshit. I went right in that damn kitchen and I started. It was 8:30 at night, and I whipped up a batch of peanut butter cookies. Well, ate two of the great. I made a nice size, like big round. I ate two of them, drank some water, took my fat ass to bed. The next morning, I'm at the gym. I'm on that damn treadmill, full speed ahead. I'm like, oh hell no, oh hell no, and I was working that shit off. I was working it off, and I told my mama about it. My mama said, well, why you ain't make me some? I said, but you went to the dinners. I didn't think you wanted. She said, well, they soft. She said, I could have ate them. So what? Oh, I can't tell you what I'm gonna do. But she might listen to this. But she probably won't see this tonight. But I'm gonna make her a batch of peanut butter cookies and pass it to her for Mother's Day since she still got she had her one of her teeth surgery on one of her teeth. You know what I mean? So anyway, but yeah, so that's my story. But y'all listen, I'm gonna get up off here and let y'all enjoy y'all Mother's Day weekend. But I just want y'all to know that all of y'all are life givers. You did? We're all life givers and we can be life takers. So just keep giving life to yourself, which means other people you encounter because they are a part of who you are, whether you know it or not. We all came from that one big source of energy, that one big thing that put you here, that thing that we know that we have inside of us. So we need to treat each other accordingly. And y'all, some of y'all might say, well, dang, yo, I think you disrespecting when you don't call the name of the source or Jesus or God. I'm not being disrespectful. It's just that I feel like I'm being more respectful by not calling it something that it may not be. Because people label this society, the people that live here, the people that set up this whole system when it comes to government and all this kind of stuff, they gave names to stuff. They did it for political reasons and all this kind of stuff. It's got a whole lot of dogma into all of this. There's a whole lot of stuff in there. And I'm being sacred and I'm holding it sacred because I know that it's bigger than what people are calling it. It's just not that. It is more than that. Why do I know? And because it talks to me, it tells me things. I know it's in me because I have the same type of powers that that thing have. And I know that because if I can see you for the first time and meet you for the first time, and I can tell you your whole life without a card, without anything, because, and I don't know why I know it. I just know that I have that down on. I can look at you and tell you about you, secrets that you have never even told your best friend. You understand that I know that it's bigger than this, that name that they give it and all that stuff that's behind it. You understand? So it's no disrespect. In other words, it's totally opposite. It's the utmost respect. And that's why I say to you all, I am that I am, because I know that it's in me. You did? Okay, and there you go. So I'm gonna get ready to go. I want to wish you all happy Mother's Day, those of you that celebrate it. But just know, fathers, anybody that give life, yeah, I want to wish the animals, the birds, the everything that give life a happy Mother's Day, Father's Day, or whatever it is. I want to call it Happy Life Givers Day. Why don't we have that? Keep giving life, y'all, by your actions and your words. Okay? All right, peace, everybody. Y'all hit that like button for me. Give life to this channel. How about that? Thank y'all. Mwah. I'm gonna see y'all later. And I love you, and you all are my brothers and sisters, haters and all. You people from the bushes, I love you too. Why? Because I love me some yo. You did? Bye, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later.